There we go. And go here. Awesome. There we go. Alright. Make sure this is working correctly. Make sure I'm working correctly. If anyone can hear me. Alright. We should be good to go here. GT Pro, hello. Welcome in. How are you doing today? You're first today. How's everything going? I hope everything's going well. Happy Wednesday. Halfway through the week. Yeah. Doing alright? I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear. Look, we got our wallpaper! We got a little bunny wallpaper! Look at all the stargazers! There's so many stargazers on here! Newbie Reaper, hello! Welcome in! Hopefully everything is going well with you today. Look at this. Look, we've got all of our different bunnies. We've got all the different color bunnies. We got a beautiful pastel assortment. And then we also have this gray one that's just the bunny butt. Bunny butt. Look at that one. It's so silly. We got our blue bunny, green bunny, purple bunny, orange bunny, pink bunny. There's so many bunnies. So many colored bunnies. There's so much variation of bunny. It's so fitting for us. It's so fitting for all the different stargazer designs. Bunny rainbow. That dumper, the cousin is the... Oh my gosh. GT, my goodness. I think it's super cute. I know it does, I don't have like as much contrast, but it's rainbow bunnies, and I think it's so fitting. I think it's fun. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. We're halfway through the week. We are making progress on stuff and things. Have you been working on any cool projects or anything lately? I've got a lot of projects going on now. I think I'm juggling like 3 different illustrations right now. No, 4. I'm juggling 4 illustrations. I've got a reference sheet that I'm working on. I've got that big illustration that we were working on yesterday on stream. I've got another smaller reference sheet going, and then I still have to do the Yoshi piece. Oh my goodness. The Yoshi piece should have been done by now, considering that it's for April. I'm gonna have to get the Yoshi piece done for you guys, but it'll be like an Easter thing too, right? Because it's all egg themed, so it's so fitting. So it'll work for Easter. But yeah, it's a lot. Mainly, I think I'm just at the point where, like, a lot of it just needs a lot of line art, and I can't do line art on streams, so I'm just sort of like, oh, I have to do so much line art. So much line art work. Wolf Knight, hello, welcome in, how are you doing today? First on YouTube, there you go. Hey Talon, welcome in. You're not on the IRIAM side, that's strange. I'm used to seeing you on the IRIAM side. But yeah, we got our wallpaper. I'm happy about it. It's exciting. How are you doing, Wolf Knight? Happy to see you too. Thank you very much. I hope everything's going well with you. I hope you're having a good start to the Wednesday. Halfway through the week. Connection won't work there. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Hello, Vessa. Welcome in. Vessa, look at our wallpaper. Look at our beautiful bunny wallpaper. We've got all the different colors of bunnies, including this one, which is just bunny butt. We got so many bunnies, so many stargazers. Look at all the stargazers. So many. Bunny. Oh, goodness gracious. They did a good job, like, picking the areas that we would be in so that we would get like most of them in color wherever we are. Lillian, hello. Happy Wednesday to you both. Very good, working on diamond art of Disney Princess. Oh, that sounds fun. I've never done diamond art before. I've only done perler beads. Perler beads are like the OG diamond art. Similar to diamond art. Not as sparkly. Well, they're shiny, I guess, but not as sparkly. Diamond art is like full illustration, right? Perler beads were great for like doing pixel art type of stuff. Pixel art. Well, there you go, Talon. Welcome back. Welcome back. Followed on Twitch? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Did you catch our art stream yesterday? We did an art stream yesterday where I was doing commission stuff, and then I'll be on Twitch on Saturday, and we will be doing bunny game stuff, because Easter. Because it fits very well for Easter. Nah, alright. No worries, no worries. Vesta says I was stupid and the water pump for the pond is way too fast. Oh, I don't... What does that mean? What does that mean if it's too fast? I don't know how the pond stuff works. So if is it like taking out more than it puts back in, or is it putting back in more than it's taking out? Is that like water fast, fishy accelerated? Is it like fishy is getting like caught in water pump? I'm confused. If you would like to be friends, I'm a little bit confused. I need one that does 50 to 150 gallons per hour. Guess how fast the current one is. 200? I don't know what the range of these are. This is very foreign to me. This is very, very foreign to me. I don't know what's good or bad. Oh. Well, I do know when one number is a lot bigger than another number. I might not know the specifics, but I at least know when number is 8 times bigger than correct number, then that might not be a good thing. Oh dear. Never had a friend on IRIAM before? Well, I'm fine, you know, being sort of like an entertainer friend on IRIAM. I don't necessarily, like, make friends with viewers in the traditional way. But I sort of just like to, you know, chill and hang out with people. No, not stupid Vesta, you're learning. Like, this is totally new to you too, right? So it's all learning experience. Talon says, last night finished coding for the game, but don't feel excited for art game dev as I used to, unfortunately, despite finishing a part of the process. So, wait, you finished part of the process, but it's not bringing you joy? I think that's really, really, really something that you need to speak to somebody about, because that is signs of things that I just can't help with. I'm not someone who can sort of aid with that kind of thing, but if you're finishing projects and not feeling any happiness from them, I really, really think that that is something that you need to talk to somebody about. Live and learn from Sonic Adventure 2, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you should definitely feel like some form of satisfaction finishing something. If there's nothing there, then yeah, definitely talk to somebody about that. Not a streamer. Not a streamer. Someone who like knows how to deal with that kind of thing. I understand feeling like burnt out and exhausted from projects. I feel like we all get that way. But there should be a satisfaction for completing things, for sure. At least, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys find satisfaction when you complete something? Or are you just like tired and just need to get it over with? Granted, if it's something that you are normally very excited about. Not the big deal, just need to buy another pump, fairly cheap, and rehook it. Just didn't know it was that far off. I mean, okay, is it one of those things where, like, it looks the exact same, and it's just, like, numbers in a description? Because that is perfectly understandable, to be honest. If it's like, oh, we signify the 100 one as, like, the one with the tiny blue stripe on it. And then the 800 one is the one with the tiny red stripe on it. If it's something like that, then that's definitely understandable. More satisfying to work on something you enjoy. Absolutely. Mostly because I managed to complete something once in a blue moon. So there's definitely a feeling of satisfaction if you can get, like, a big project done. I remember for the last 3 videos I finished, I was happy I finished, but I didn't feel fulfilled. I wanted to do more, if that makes sense. I think that definitely makes sense. I think there's this feeling of, like, okay, I finished the thing that I wanted to get done to say that I did it, but I know that it's, like, not where I want to be, so I know that I need to do more, but I'm very tired after doing those 3. Like, I think that's very, very, very understandable. Kind of made myself do the whole coding thing to midnight because it's been keeping me up. I'll try to see someone for that. Yeah, I think I would at this point. It looks totally different. I just didn't do the math properly, and I'm bad at estimating. Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't know how doing the math or estimating works in that scenario. But still, you know, it's a learning process, right? You know, it's one of those things where, like, well, you're not gonna do it again because now you know how you got to that answer beforehand. So what would that normally be for? What would the 800 an hour gallon thingy normally be used for? Like, a pool? Like, what would you do with that? Eve, hello, welcome in. How are you doing today? No, you're not late, you're all good. Yes, look at the bunny wallpaper! Look at the bunny wallpaper! Look, there's so many colors of stargazers here, and then there's even, like, there's even, like, a little bunny butt here in the corner. Like, where you can see it above my head. Little bunny butt. There's so many different colors of stargazers! Everyone's represented! I love it. A lot of room for a lot of shrimp. There you go, yeah. Yeah, I don't know who that person is, so I can't speak on any of those authorities. Thank you, Vessa. Bunch of shrimp. Yeah, whole colony of shrimp. Whole colony of shrimp. Giant pond. Giant pond. Well, now you know that if you ever wanted to have a giant pond, now you know how you can get a giant pond. So, the information still has you somewhere. You were just kidding? Okay. It doesn't really seem like something you should really just be kidding about. It seems like something that is a little bit more not kidding related. Yeah, I would not bother somebody in their content creation space for that kind of thing. Go through the proper avenues, go through the proper places, right? It's kind of like, you know, okay, if you wanted a wedding cake and you found a wedding cake designer, but they were at a baseball game, would you then go to them and talk about getting their wedding cake? I think that there's a time and place for things. I think that when you speak to somebody, you want it to be like, at the right place, at the right venue. I'm certainly not going to go and order a cake from a baker if they are currently enjoying a baseball game. I don't know. I might, like, quickly be like, oh, hey, I've seen you around. Do you have a card? I want to talk to you later. But, yeah, don't bother the baker at the baseball game. So I'm about that one doctor who's a gamer and streams mental health stuff, but if they're doing gaming, then isn't that like... Well, I don't know. That seems beyond my level of expertise and understanding. Only if it's a Chicago White Sox game. I'm not really sure. I don't know teams. I just know sport is serious to people. Healthy Gamer GG. But, okay. I don't know what he normally does. I know he has, like, evergreen YouTube videos. I don't know what he does in terms of live streams. Hello, hello, welcome in. I see that you're new to IRIAM, so I hope you're enjoying IRIAM so far. My name is Starlight, I'm a Prismatic Kitsune. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. Joke is that the White Sox aren't very good. Oh, okay. Fair enough. But yeah, it is halfway through the week at least, so... Having a good run today, actually. First time I actually got on this app, I got trapped in somebody's basement. I'm not really sure that that is a good, first experience, but I'm glad that you somehow escaped. If they come looking for you, I know nothing. Yeah, what color socks do you prefer them, Lillian? Wasn't that bad? We had a party down there. Well, I'm glad you got out safely, I suppose. Yeah, what color socks do you prefer? I don't want colored socks. I want decorated socks. I want socks with cool designs on them. Red socks? There you go. Why would you have a name of a team that is so similar to the name of another team? Why would you do that? Ramen noodle socks? What? I'm afraid to look that up now. Fox socks? I got plenty of fox socks. You know what I need? I need high quality socks that don't constantly fall apart. So many socks that just don't last these days because socks aren't made well anymore. Rivalries are weird, that's why. But no, I'm serious. Like, why do people do that? Like, okay, I don't like that. I don't like that in sports. I don't like that in, I don't like that in VTubing. I don't like that in VTubing. Lately, I don't know why, but lately, I'm not gonna name any names. I have seen way too many instances of VTubers who just take the name of really well-known popular VTubers. Like, this is not a real example, but the equivalent of somebody saying like, hey, I'm a new VTuber and my name is Iron Mouse. And they don't look anything like Iron Mouse, like they're not a pink and black demon looking character. They just use the name Iron Mouse. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you... Like, it's not even, they're not trying to, like, parody the person or, like, take their designs or anything or pretend to be them. They're just using the name, and I'm like, why do you think that this is going to work? In the case of movies, they do it to trick people into thinking they're watching one property instead of it's Italian or Asylum Studio ripoff. That's fair, yeah. Like those, fake parody movies that you see in, like, Walmart bins. If I ever started VTubing, I'd probably just have mine as Dem. There you go. If they can't pull off the energy and vibe of Iron Mouse, then they're just a joke for impersonating her. That's the thing, though. They're not trying to impersonate her, and they're not trying to steal her design. They're just using her name. And again, Iron Mouse is a fake example. There's no other VTuber that I know of going around called Iron Mouse. But they're doing stuff like that. They are picking well-known VTubers, and they're like, that's a cool name, that's now my name. And I'm like, why would you do that? Such a big part of your identity is your VTuber name. Like, I get slightly uncomfortable if I see another VTuber named Starlight, but I also know that it's a common noun, so there's literally nothing I can do about it. But if you decide to call yourself Iron Mouse or some similar equivalent, then that is not good. Like, why would you do that, honestly? I think there's something very strange about that decision. Dual Thrones, hello, welcome in, happy Wednesday. Oh, hey, Dual Thrones, how is everything going? It's the 16th, right? I hope everything's going well for you. I remember you saying that the 16th is, like, big day stuff. So I'm hoping things are going well. Look at me, I'm Starlight Akari now. There's so many people that just call me Akari instead of Starlight, and I think it's like, you know, confused Japanese name order stuff. But it's like the reason that I have the whole name is so that I don't get impersonated because I have a simple single noun name. The one that used to get me in the forum days is how many vampires named themselves Alucard, Lilith, or Carmilla. Oh my gosh, no. Oh, that's annoying. Used to collab with one person that has exactly the same energy as Iron Mouse. It was a bit nerve-wracking. She kept on asking, why am I always quiet? And why do I become a VTuber if I'm always quiet? You don't have to be super loud and rambunctious as a VTuber. I'm certainly not. Now I want one weird vessel unit to be displaying as you all the time, cosplaying as you all the time. Why? Why? Oh, goodness. Yeah, no, you don't have to be like super energetic, super rambunctious. You don't have to be Gremlin VTuber, right? You don't have to be Gremlin. Um, but having the same energy as Iron Mouse isn't the same as like trying to take her name. All will be good in 3 hours? Alright, I'm glad to hear that. Newbie Reaper has an actual name. I've seen no other Newbie Reaper and never ever seen his actual name anywhere. Ah, interesting, interesting. There's a mystery. There's a mystery at play here. What's the conversation right now? I'm ranting about VTubers who take the names of popular VTubers. Like imagine if there was some like musician that was like, yeah, my name is gonna be like Taylor Swiftson or something like that. It's like, really? Why would you try? Just gotta be relaxing and chill, and most likely a little bit. No, no, no. Not with me. Not with me. I decided to rename myself to Starlight Eve. Oh my gosh! Cher? There was some movie. What was that movie? There is some movie where there's a kid named Cher, and she was named after the singer. What was that? It wasn't Pretty in Pink, was it? No. I forget what movie it was. But yeah, it's like, it just, just don't do that kind of thing. There are multiple Iron Mice? There are not, but I used Iron Mouse as an example, where people would be, like, taking a well-known VTuber's name as their own. And then just, like, they're not trying to impersonate Iron Mouse, and they're not using the same design as Iron Mouse. They're just using the name and being like, but I'm my own person, and there's nothing familiar about me. And it's like, you can't do that. That's part of your brand. It's almost as bad as all the kids named Daenerys. Oh my gosh. You know, funny fact, in Japan, you're not allowed to name a child what they call a kirakira name. Kirakira is, Japanese for, like, sparkling. You're not allowed to name them what is called a sparkling name. So, like, you can't name your child Pikachu. That's considered a sparkling name. Dem, thank you so much for following. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, you can't, like, I think there's probably plenty of children named Naruto, but you can't name your child Pikachu. Kid named Apple. Oh my gosh. There was, I've seen people named Apple. I don't understand. If I ever had a kid, I'd call him Raleigh. I knew a Raleigh. I knew a Raleigh at one point. What makes a name sparkling? I think it's if it's like, a cartoon character or something that will, like, be used to make fun of them, in adolescence. So, like, you can't name a kid Pikachu, you can't name a kid, probably can't name a kid, like, Computer or something, you know. It has, you can't, you can't, like, name your kid something that's going to give them a lot of trouble in life. So, yeah, no Kira names. But yeah, fun facts. I used to know 2 kids who were named Ima and Yura. Their last name was, oh jeez, that's terrible. That's terrible. In Pokemon, people are named after plants, like some of the professors. But that's a last name. That's, like, that's totally fine. Like, Professor Oak is, Samson Oak. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, people have the last name of their profession, too. You know, Smith, Taylor. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I know a Jade Bird and a Storm Bliss. They're both absolute peaches. Those seem like nice names, though. Those seem fun. Yukio, hello, welcome in. I don't know what you mean by that. Feel older because I heard a kid ask what a DVR and a VHS is, and I remember I used to watch movies on them. Heck, I used to use record players and tracks. Oh jeez. I feel bad for kids with joke names. Like, other little kids are so savage. The poor kids are gonna go through it. Yeah, that's why in Japan it's like an actual rule that you can't name your child that. I don't think that we have that rule in, I don't think that there's that rule here, but in Japan, I believe that's, like, actually a rule. Pom Pom, hello, welcome in, how are you doing today? Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a good middle of the week. I hope everyone is getting through the rest of the week. We definitely don't have that rule here. No, we definitely don't. I don't know. If I wasn't a VTuber, my name might be considered sparkly too. In Hong Kong, there's a famous guy who changed his name to Batman. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe when you're an adult, maybe like, you know, when you're over 18, maybe you can change it to whatever you want. But I think the rule specifically applies to children growing up. You know what name I'd hate to be named just because it was a trend? Tractor? What? Bomb Bomb, thank you for the Easter egg. Thank you. Oh, that's right, we have Easter eggs now. I feel like a lot of indigenous names would have Talon. Why is that? Just because it's like a bird claw? Thank you for the glow stick too, Pom Pom. There was a kid that got denied their birthday cake being made. His name was the same as big World War II dictator, first and last, here in the oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Yikes. Oh, boy. Yeah, there's definitely a reason that it should, we probably should have that rule here, to be honest. My dad joked about what my name should be when watching a movie, and my mom took him serious. I mean, you never know. There's plenty of people named after movie actors and characters and stuff. I don't know. As long as you're not named, like, Sasuke Uchiha or something. Dwayne The Rock. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know why they would do that. That's wild. Maybe we should have that kind of rule here. I don't know. My name's kind of funny, right? Because, like, I was saying that in Japan they're called sparkling names, but my name is literally a sparkling name. Starlight Akari is basically just starlight glittering light, essentially. It's literally a sparkly name. Born April 1st, my name is a joke, named after Aerosmith. Oh man. If there was a kid named Sasuke Uchiha, I'd get my kid to bully that- Oh my- that's not nice. I would feel so bad for the kid, because obviously the kid doesn't have any control of it. Why would you bully the kid? I would understand maybe wanting to, like, have a word with a parent, but it's not the kid's fault. I feel like there would be... I feel like in the future, there's gonna be so many kids with anime names that are just going to absolutely hate and resent all anime. Yeah, you can bully the parents. That's totally fine. The first name isn't bad when combined with the other last name. Yeah, it could. Yeah, exactly. I'd saw my sister out of naming her son Lucifer. Thank God she listened. Oh! I think people who are naming their kids are doing it way too much, like, for their own selfish reasons, and not, like, considering repercussions of the actual other person. Like, this is not your OC, guys. This is not your fanfiction OC, this is your human child. Oh my goodness. If you're going to do that, please just make an OC. Please just make an OC. Probably definitely a kid named Sans, probably. When you get the chance, you want to change your middle name to either Kokoro or Kitsune? Why would you pick your middle name to be Heartbeat? Or, I mean, I don't know how middle names work. My child is my OC and my OC is my child. There you go. I hope you actually mean the OC part. Please do not treat your child as an original character. Kokoro is just heart, but I love the word. I don't know how middle names work. I don't know, like... I think that, like, middle names were probably just used to further differentiate people from, like, you know, Alex Smith or something really generic. Parents usually smashed each other's names into each other, see what they came up with? Isn't that, like, just an OTP name? This is a weird conversation. How'd we even get on the— because I was talking about VTubers stealing other VTubers' names. That's how we got on the conversation. Oh, yeah. But actually, one thing that I wanted to talk with you guys about that I'm kind of curious. I was wondering this for a while, and I'm curious what you guys think about it. Also, Gummy, hello, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Happy Wednesday. I'm curious what you guys think of this, because, I kind of wanted to talk about, like, VTubing and art niches and stuff. You made your name not knowing other Kitsune VTubers? Hello, did you eat and sleep well? That's debatable. I'm feeling alright, though. How are you doing, Gummy? Haven't slept in 2 days. Oh my gosh, damn, please get some sleep. It's kind of how Michael Jackson's childhood was like. His parents wanted him to be a great musician. Detriment of his childhood, treating him like an OC. They needed to accomplish many things. Not really an OC, as it is, like, putting your dreams onto the kid. No, I think getting some sleep would be good. You know, there's a point where, like, you can pull all-nighters, and then eventually you can't pull all-nighters as easily anymore. But yeah, things are good. Things are good. Pulled off 4 all-nighters before. Try not to do that. That's generally not a good thing. I don't think I've ever pulled any more than 1 at a time. I don't think I'm physically capable of pulling any more than 1 at a time. How is Home Alone at the time? What? Or you were home alone at the time? I'm a little confused. I feel like your body would just, like, give out at some point. And force you to sleep. Yeah, I could only ever do 1 at a time, because art stuff. If you're gonna pull 4 all-nighters, you better be doing something very productive for the goal. I guess, like, if you had to be pulling that many, it would have to be something assignment-based, right? Like, I don't know. Probably if you're, like, mangaka in Japan, or like, doing some sort of law degree, or something crazy like that. I've only ever had to do 1 at a time, but I can't really do it anymore. I mean, I kind of do it unintentionally sometimes, but, like, it's not a good thing. Very, 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 very rare, too. And yeah, Nekozilla, I did hear. Is Sterling getting a law degree now? No. No, I'm just thinking of very intense things where it would probably be necessary. You did it because you were playing games and didn't want to sleep? I definitely feel like your body would just give out at that point, like, on its own, without your decision. I'm not getting a law degree, but I did have to do a few all-nighter stuff in art school. Lots of crazy, stupid assignments. Lots of wild assignments that required pulling all-nighters. Generally, anything that had, like, physical media for some reason. Like, I would never have to do, like, digital stuff with all-nighters, but anything with physical media. I feel like having the sleep schedule of a medieval person could be reasonable. You fall asleep and wake up in the middle of the night and do productive stuff and go back to sleep. Interesting. I don't know, sometimes I'm up later at night just because, like, I'm still getting work done, but I can't be up all night. Yeah, I don't really feel like I necessarily have to anymore, which is really nice, but it used to sort of be very commonplace that, very loud music. That in art school and stuff, the architecture students in particular were known for pulling all-nighters, and the architecture students had, they had sleeping bags in the studio building. Not in their dorm rooms, in the studio building, they would bring sleeping bags. And that was just kind of common. Like, if you were an architecture student, you were just sort of expected to do that, and the teachers just, like, thought it was totally normal? I could never be an architecture student, it sounds so scary. Stay up all night. When I don't, I usually stay up until 5, but then I have to eat immediately, wake up at around 6, to get baby brother and get him dressed and out the door to the bus. Dang, that's a lot. Rain Hero says, I remember when I was a kid, I stayed up for like 40 hours playing MapleStory. My body just overwrote my executive function and dragged my ass to bed. Yeah, exactly. Like... Sea Hero, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Finally getting the time for lunch break. I am hangry. Oh no, get food, get food. How's the situation at work going, by the way? Are things better, or are things still basically on fire? I hope things are, like, okay for the most part. I mean, I know things are probably still a little bit on fire, but I hope it's, like, a tiny bit better? Maybe? Hopefully? Ugh, I'm sorry if things are still stressful, though. I can understand if they are. But also, look, we got bunny wallpaper. So that's fun, at least. We have bunny wallpaper of all the stargazers, representing all the stargazers. The inferno will continue until everything is fine. I'm not really sure that how that works. If I think of the meme, I think the inferno will continue even if everything is fine. As far as I know. But yeah, what I wanted to talk to you guys about, that I'm curious about, because this has sort of been on my mind, right? I was sort of thinking of, like, how do I start this? I was thinking about, like, VTubing and niches, and art niches, because, I keep hearing from multiple people that, like, if you are a male VTuber, it is really, really hard to find artists, and I'm curious about your guys' thoughts on that. What is your opinion on that? If you're a male VTuber, or if you know a male VTuber friend, and there's always people saying that it's, like, really, really hard to find artwork, I'm kind of curious about that. Do you guys have any experience with that kind of thing? Situation doesn't apply to me too much. I don't like myself being punctual and super diligent at work, but I feel too over-reliant. I feel that. I understand, yeah. Especially, like, with the type of work that you're doing, I can understand, people relying on you too much with the job description. Can't say I do? That's fine. A solution is to be your own artist? Yeah, but I'm saying, like, people who don't make art. It's not always, like, the only solution for people. It's hard for me because I don't really know most people, but I usually just make my own. The picture you see is my profile is what I have as a VTuber. I can't see people's profiles at the moment on stream. I don't check, profiles on stream necessarily. But, yeah, I'm just sort of curious about that these days, because I keep hearing that. I keep hearing people say, like, oh, as a male VTuber, it's so hard to find artists. And the thing is that I was thinking about, like, why is that? Because there's so many fan artists for Genshin. There's so many fan artists for, like, Genshin or Honkai or any of those, like, otome games with the pretty guy characters. So I'm like, if there's so many fan artists for otome games and gacha and, like, Honkai and Genshin, why do people have so much hard time finding artists? I don't have experience being a male VTuber looking for art, but I frequently search for female art, and it's not an easy process. Female art with VTubing? Because female art with VTubing should be very, very easy. Like, that's usually 90% of it. So I'm guessing something outside of VTubing? You were asking about artists? Yeah. Wait, I'm a little confused now. You made me think about what is a male VTuber, actually. Hiring to find artists to make their art. Hello, thank you so much for following. Do we have the same name in some ways? I actually go by Starlight, but I have Akari as my last name. Hello, welcome in. I think a lot of VTuber artists show a lot of their work showing only female VTubers. That causes the perspective of things. Not that they can't draw male VTubers, but male VTubers think they can't. So you think it's mainly a matter of, like, portfolio examples? Because I have seen a lot of, TOSs. Not TOSs, like, can do, can't do. Thank you so much for the red glow stick. I'm sorry, I don't know what to call you because it feels like a slightly awkward. Because I feel like I'm just referring to myself. I hope you're having a good day, though. Thank you so much for tuning in. I think everyone has their own style and specialty. Ah, yeah, I agree. You can call me Mel? Alright. That sounds good. That sounds good. Well, it's nice to meet you, Mel. I appreciate you stopping in. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I think when it comes to a lot of artists, I see a lot of people and they have, like, you know, will draw, won't draw. And usually I'll see the typical one. I won't draw mecha, I won't draw furry. But there's a surprising amount of people who just say, I won't draw guys. Like, it's very strange to me. Not every male VTuber is or wants to be pretty, so Genshin and other things with pretty males don't apply. Huh. That's a good point. That's a good point. I think, like... Would you say that, like, I don't know. I feel like most VTubers like going the pretty angle because it's usually, like, fairly idol-focused and stuff, right? Although I have done work for very, very not, like, typical pretty VTuber guys. Mel, thank you very much for the glow sticks. Thank you. Have to go? Conversation? Love to all? Alright. No worries, Dem. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. What was I saying? Yeah, I've done a lot of work for, like, not otome type VTubers. I've done work for, like, a mech pilot VTuber. I've done work for a, I've done work for a superhero VTuber. I've done a lot of work for a superhero VTuber. I've done work for, I think the mech pilot was probably the most out of my comfort zone. And a glass worker. A mech pilot and a glass worker. Those have been interesting. There's one point in time where I wanted to be pretty male Genshin Impact aesthetic, but that time's for another day. Yeah, I know, I drew it. I'm not letting you live that down. Sometimes you see really weird or grotesque designs for the meme, but it's not common to see truly monstrous designs for the main persona. Yeah, that's true. I know that there's a few VTubers who, like, absolutely do make their main persona, like, fairly non-appealing looking, but, like, very, very, very intentionally so. I don't really get it. It's not my cup of tea, personally, but... I still have the Vroid files. I could maybe use it for something, so your work won't be in vain. There you go. There you go. That would be a blast from the past, wouldn't it? Yeah, but even without even when you are including otome, apparently people who want to go that direction still have trouble with it. And I was talking to some friends about it, and I think there might be, an element where it's like, well, there's people who want to draw the characters from the games, but not necessarily people who are not from the games. So I'm curious about that, I guess, too. Josiah, hello, welcome in, I hope you're doing well. Is it Josiah? I apologize. And not Maz, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. It is nice to see you. It is Josiah? Alright, cool. Hello, welcome in. Not Maz, a long time no see. I hope you guys are having a lovely Wednesday today. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything up here real quick. One thing I would say is after I got the female PNG, I can get more art student for girls for sure. Yeah, is that, like, is that easier for you? I'm guessing it's easier for you. There's a streamer I know called Battle Bunny J. His motif is being Anthro Rabbit with bodybuilder physique due to him having a very rich basso voice. He wouldn't be going to a Genshin artist for art. That's fair. I actually did, like, I did work for Battle Bunny J at one point. I did, like, fully anthro work. Also, Josiah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. It is very much easy. Yeah, probably a lot easier than trying to find, like, a male artist, right? Doing well, just finished an exam. I hope it goes well. The only design off the top of my head that's both male and deliberately less appealing is... Yeah. Lillian, I'm thinking of the same person. I sound like your bestie, eh? Yeah, I'm definitely hoping, not Maz, I'm really, really hoping that it goes well, that you did well. I adore the guy, he exudes genuine niceness. I haven't heard from him in a long time, but I hope he's doing well. It is definitely a distinct look, yes. Not my personal cup of tea, but, you know, you do you. That's interesting, though. I've never been told that I sound like anyone before. It's definitely, yeah, Lillian, you're right, though. It's definitely a distinct look. I also think there's some kind of stereotype involved, too. Stereotype in what? But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in this because, like, even when you have, like, the ultimate pretty guy vibe, I feel like it's still hard to find people, apparently. I mean, I have some friends that go in that direction, too, and they say that they still struggle with that kind of thing. So, lately, it's kind of made me think, like, I kind of really, really want to get better at drawing guys. The irony is I think I've actually drawn more guys than girls. Believe it or not. I think most of my clients have been guys. The irony is that my portfolio lacks girls. If you can believe that. Talon says, I personally find bulky, muscular, furry designs very appealing. I haven't done too many of those. Ironically, I did have someone inquire about a commission for that type of character, and when I gave them the info, they just sort of said, like, I want art. And then I was like, okay, you gotta pick a service. And they're like, okay, I want it to be muscular. And I'm like, okay, you still gotta pick a service. And then I didn't hear from them again. On the monstrous side, there's a dinosaur VTuber whose human form is an older gentleman. Oh, I think I've seen their design before. Very, very vaguely. I think I just stopped by it, like, super quickly. But I think I know who you're talking about. Is the, Rex... Is it Rex? It's not Gerard T. Rexford, but, no, Red Claw. Red Claw. Yeah, okay, you wrote it at the same time I was thinking it. What's so weird is that Hollow Stars get fan art too, but the fandom size isn't anywhere close to the main counterpart. Yeah, true. Sounds like they don't really have a true vision for the artwork? What do you mean, Talon? No, I had a reference sheet and everything. Like, I was given a reference sheet. There's a random image of Newbie I did using Arnold Schwarzenegger as a reference, as a joke when someone asked me what he looked like under the suit. Funniest joke ever, looked so cursed. Oh dear. I can only imagine. There's like your illusion magic at work. Yeah, Red Claw is a cool design. I like Red Claw. I like that teacher VTuber. He has a really nice design. I forget his name now. It's like, Matthias or something? I forget now. Huh? Josiah, I don't know what you're saying, but I don't really like how it sounds. Yeah, I'm a little confused. But yeah, anyway. Trying to sing part of a song? Okay. Probably... I don't really know why you're singing lyrics. Off topic, legal mindset became such a part of the VTuber community. I wonder why he hasn't, how he hasn't become a lawyer VTuber. I'm actually kind of surprised he hasn't either. I think he did once as a joke or something and didn't stick with it. There aren't a lot of male VTubers I know that appeal to my aesthetic taste, but I'm happy to see more bugs. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I like drawing, I like drawing pretty guys, but I feel bad that a lot of guys say that there aren't a lot of artists to work with for that, so I kind of want to be able to offer that. I kind of want to be like, hey, I want to get really, really good at this so that you don't have to be in, like, an official otome game to, to also have really nice art, you know? I would like to be able to get to the point where I can do that kind of quality for people. I think that would be nice. I don't know. It surprised me since there are so many fan artists for otome game and for gacha game. So because there are so many, I just kind of assumed that it wasn't that hard to find. And then I tried looking up myself. I was like, okay, you know, just pretending, right? If I was a male VTuber and I wanted to commission somebody, and it was like, oh, there's a lot less here than I thought there would be. I'm actually really surprised. So one of my goals this year is to work really, really hard on developing the pretty otome game style. There was an insect VTuber that had hundreds of shorts talking about random bugs. I was super there for it. That's cool. I have a question for you. How do you feel about a gender swap art of yourself? As like a one-off? As like a joke? I've jokingly drawn that in anthro form before, but it didn't really go anywhere. I don't know. As like a one-off joke piece? I've done it in anthro form. I know a Ladybug VTuber, I forgot her name. There's probably a lot of Ladybug VTubers. That wouldn't shock me. It seems like a motif that would work very well for VTubing. Not a joke, but like legitimate fan art? I don't know. I guess it depends on the way that they would go about it, right? Because, like, if I had some sort of, like, swapped artwork, I would probably be pretty particular on it. That's probably something where I would just draw it myself someday. Because I don't ever see myself in, like, you know, muscular mech pilot form or something. Yeah, intent would definitely be very important. I feel like I would be picking the aesthetics for that. Because if I was to do that for myself, I would probably be going with something with, like, Victorian pirate shirt, you know, something that basically does feel like it came out of an otome game. Probably. I don't know. That's kind of weird to think about. Like I said, I've only ever done it on an anthro side. Otome game style reminds me of that joke one where there was a whole horse with just the pretty boy head. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, there's so many, like, meme otome games out there. They were so into trying to make the anime guy head super pretty. Very true, very true. Yeah, I don't know. If I was to do stuff like that, it would probably be lots of ruffled collars, ruffled sleeves. KFC made a Colonel Sanders ultimate. I did see that, yeah. I've seen that too. My favorite streamer concept I've seen is someone who uses a pretty goth girl as on-screen representation, but the voice of a stereotypical Italian mobster! Oh my goodness! That sounds amazing. That sounds terrifyingly amazing. That's great, honestly. That is wild. Yeah, that's phenomenal. I agree with Lady Red. That's phenomenal. Pretty goth girl, on-screen representation, voice of a stereotypical Italian mobster. That is a combination, for sure. I was not in stream from the beginning. Did you go over the elephant in the room or the shark in the room? I did not. No. I don't know. Like, is there anything to say that hasn't already been said, I guess? I watched Callie talk about it last night, and I think her main thing is, like, you know, the best thing is what is best for her, right? Like, I think everyone just wants her to be happy and to make the decisions that feel the best for her. I don't really like how there's always so much, you know, speculation and pot stirrers and stuff like that. I genuinely think that this is a really, really, really stressful environment, especially something like Hololive. I genuinely can understand why she would go the way that she did. I don't think it would be easy at all. I think that the pressure of being known as the biggest VTuber in the world is absolutely enough to make you feel sick to your stomach every day, is enough to make you extremely overwhelmed every day, afraid to stream, afraid to say something wrong, you know, really, really caring about your fans, but constantly being overwhelmed. And I know she said that this was a long time coming, and we know that she hadn't streamed very consistently for the past year or so, or more. And I think it's just been a very, very, very hard decision, where you're overwhelmed and you want to get out, but you're also considered the most well-known VTuber in the entire world. How do you leave that? How do you leave a situation like that, where now this title has been bestowed upon you that you didn't really want, most likely, that you weren't really expecting, that you weren't prepared for? You signed up for something because you wanted to play games and have fun and entertain people. You didn't expect to become the world's biggest VTuber there is. I think that that would get to anybody. I think that the fact that she stayed as long as she did was probably hard enough as it was, because I think that there would be something very, very... I can understand when she said that there were some days where, like, she wasn't able to eat, right? That she was just constantly overwhelmed, and anyone who knows her PL knows that she also just has general anxiety, right? So I can imagine that stuff like this is gonna make your anxiety spike through the roof, and then once you have that, once that's been thrown at you, how do you get rid of it? You're stuck with this. So it's gonna take a very, very, very long time for you to finally be like, I need to just get to the point where I'm not doing a lot of content and I can sort of, like, step out of this as cleanly as humanly possible. And I don't want to upset all these fans. I don't want to, like, throw them off. But at some point, I need to get away from this. And I can 100% see how this would have happened. As parasocial as the fanbase can get, I'm happy to see relatively little backlash aimed towards her for her decision. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, she's not getting any of the backlash, the company is. Happiness is the best goal and the best wish you can give someone. Wishing her all the best, and yeah, Titanic pressure just hitting live with that, exactly. I feel bad for Gura. She exudes a sweetness on stream that makes it easy to see why she's so popular. Yeah, exactly. And she's incredibly, she's adorable, very, very sweet, incredibly hardworking. And I can really only imagine, like, how scary all of that is to like, come at you like a tidal wave, right? And the irony, you know, she's a shark, but you would feel like you're constantly drowning. And that can't be an easy thing to deal with. I mean, imagine if you just wanted to be, like, you wanted to be a singer, you wanted to be successful, you wanted to just, like, be able to make music and live off of it, and then you get to the level of Michael Jackson. And it's like, you probably didn't necessarily want to be there. You just wanted to, like, make music and have fun. You didn't need all of that. But it also wasn't your choice to have all of that. Now what do you do with it? And then, you know, that's why they say, like, in Hollywood, that there's so many people who sort of, you know, make bad decisions. So I can understand wanting to just sort of step away from all that, but also being in a situation where you kind of can't really step away from that. And trying to navigate all of that could not be easy. Hinkitsuki, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I see that you're fairly new to IRIAM, so I hope you're enjoying IRIAM so far. Fame is a curse. Yeah, a little bit at that level. I don't know if she deserves the popularity she gained. I don't think any Hololive talent were ever ready for this at all. Life is full of uncertainty and surprise. I definitely agree that I don't think any of the Hololive talents were aware or ready for it. I know that when I was watching Callie yesterday, she was talking about how she wanted to quit. When she was entering the second year, she was ready to quit. She said that a lot of things were not going well, and that she wanted out, and that she was miserable, and that she wanted to try to figure out how to leave. And now, things have completely flipped around. She's found herself, she's found, like, her purpose there. Now, she doesn't just want to leave, she wants to stay forever, to the point that if she was to, not stream anymore, she would want to just want to work on staff. She would want to be, like, A-chan, basically. So, things happen differently for different people. Things go different ways for different people. I don't think any of them, had the concept of how popular Hololive would get, especially Myth. I don't think there's any way anyone could have predicted this. I think a lot of it exploded at them. And like I said, Callie wanted to leave and now doesn't want to leave more than anything. Gura probably didn't want to leave in the beginning and now, you know, is finding a different path for herself, and I think that's completely fine. What I don't like is this whole idea of everyone saying, oh, there must be something terrible happening in the company. No. I think that it's just genuinely a lot of work. I think being an idol is a lot of work. Being the face of everything is a huge amount of work. And when you are literally the largest VTuber in the world, I think that you're going to feel really stuck. That you can't really make any good decisions. The other thing I heard, and this is a rumor, so I'm putting that right out there now, that this is a rumor. I have heard that allegedly saying disagreement with management is now what you are supposed to say during graduation. This is hearsay from a Reddit post, so I don't have any direct proof, but it would make sense because the company would rather have themselves get blamed than other talents get blamed, right? So I can see, like, the problem is that people are taking it, with like, fully literally, right? Oh, she said problems with management, therefore there's problems with management. I don't think that they would be, like, that obvious, and Callie said that it's never any just one thing, that it's always a whole host of things. I just think there's no way to get out of that. When you become that popular, you're basically stuck. You're stuck in every direction. You're being pulled in every direction, and you're stuck no matter what you do. So, I would not want to be in those shoes, and I hope that whatever happens, that she definitely finds happiness. Doubly so in Jackson's case, he was famous very young, yeah. He clearly cracked under the pressure. Exactly. If she becomes A-chan, do we refer to her as Mori-chan, Callie-chan, or Death-chan? I don't know. I don't think the talents anticipated it, but I'd feel certain the company knew exactly how it would play out. Well, not the popularity level, I don't think. I really don't think the company expected the popularity level either. I don't think it's a coincidence so many graduations have been happening after going public, though. Could be wrong, but the timing feels connected. The other thing, though, is that it could just be, like, the graduations were really, were all planned from, like, the graduations could be something where, like, they're trying to just sort of rip the band-aid off, and anyone who wants to graduate is sort of being allowed to make that decision now. Because, think about it, right? Like, from what we understand, at least publicly on the Hololive's end, they don't have a graduation wait list. Other companies, other agencies, have a graduation wait list, where you're not allowed to graduate until a certain time has passed. So, one thing that Callie publicly said was, hey, you know what's really great about this company is whether or not it works for you, whether or not, like, how big your name gets, they're not keeping you there. Nobody is fighting tooth and nail to hold you there. No one is saying you have to stay, you must be part of this, we're requiring you to be here. They have the freedom, and I think that that is something that needs to be recognized a little bit more. I think there needs to be a little bit more praise for that. That they aren't trapped, that they can leave. That is a hard decision either way. But that there's no graduation queue from what we can understand. We can say the company or management is pretending to be the punching bag, so the criticism towards the talent is minimalized. It's kind of based or Chad. Yeah, exactly. They're kind of they're okay being more of the punching bag, so that the criticism towards talent is minimized. I think that's a good way of putting it. Also, hello Vine Fox, welcome in, welcome in. Asmongold and Most Critical, both big creators, have had a healthy mindset when it comes to content creation and popularity. You have to have the biggest backbone for that kind of thing. Both of those people get a ton of hate every single day. And no matter what they do, every decision they make is a bad one. I'm not saying that every decision they make is actually a bad one. I'm saying that every decision they make is seen as a bad one. So you have to have an extremely hard backbone to survive in that kind of space. I totally get what you're saying, but I also think they should be praised for not forcing you to stay. Paints a grim picture for the VTubing industry. Yeah, okay, that's fair, that's fair. I'm just saying that, like, okay, maybe not praised. I don't think they should be praised, but I also don't think it should be, overlooked, is I think a better way to say it. I don't think that they should be praised for being allowed, for letting their talents leave, but I think it should be recognized and acknowledged. Because I keep hearing all these people being like, oh, maybe Hololive is just as bad as Niji. Maybe it's actually a black company. Maybe all these bad things are happening. And it's like, I think we should also, like, recognize where we can clearly see that it's different and not the case. Yeah, respect, not praise. Respect, acknowledgement, and recognition, I think. Hololive sounds like tough work, obviously, but they're not holding talents hostage. Unlike someone I heard of a particular VTuber manager, but that's another story. Yeah, exactly. What those two get is nothing compared to some of the others. True. A company can take more of the social heat than the individual. Like, it's crazy for a single person to just have all these people on their case like that. Exactly. So, like, it really would not shock me if Yago was like, hey, let's have all the talents say that there was company issues so that it doesn't fall on the talents. Like, that just seems like something he would do. Again, no evidence of that. I'm totally making that up. But, like, I could see it happening. Does that mean the same thing with the larger creators that continue to do content even if they don't like it anymore? Like a dead-end job? To some, it's a dead-end job, yeah. To some, it becomes a dead-end job. You always hear the saying, like, if you love something enough, you'll never work a day in your life. That could not be further from the truth. You can still get burnt out and see something like a dead-end job, even if it's something that you love doing. There are different levels to loving to do something, right? I love doing art commissions. It's still a job to me. I still get tired, and I still put in work. I hate that you'll never work a day in your life, wording. I think that's always stupid. It's so much pressure, like you said, more so than I can even imagine at that size. Yeah, I don't think we can even fathom it, to be honest. I think they expected the popularity level. There's a great many companies and agencies that have been turning people into assets being drowned by mass popularity for decades now. The formula has been perfected, and the result of using the formula are known. The thing is, Dual Thrones, is that the formula of fame has been figured out. The formula of VTubers has not been. VTubing is extremely new. Most people don't know how VTubers are going to be seen. Putting VTubers with an English branch for the first time was actually a huge risk and a huge gamble. Not only that, they did it during COVID. So the thing is, a lot of the success and the recognition came from the fact that it was during COVID, so a lot of people were able to tune in and watch the streams because everyone was cooped up at home. If that hadn't been the case, VTubing as a whole might not have been as successful as it is now. Like, that is actually a thing that people regularly talk about. Fame and popularity, yeah, people can measure that. VTubing, people cannot measure. VTubing is way too new, especially in English-speaking countries, and Hollow EN was a big gamble. They got extremely lucky. Not saying that I think that the situation was good, because it definitely wasn't, but the fact that everybody was at home and consuming content and consuming media more than ever, because of that situation, that skyrocketed Hollow EN to a degree that nobody could have expected. You have the best job ever and still feel miserable some days. Exactly. I also think Hololive might be doing what you said about the talent since the whole incident with Kiryu Coco. Yeah. That's a really good point, right? Like, I think they learned a lot from her. And I think she also was, like, from what I understand, there were a lot of times where she'd be like, I want to take the heat for this. I want the blame put on me. I want to be able to be the one to handle this. And they were, like, trying to tell her not to, if I understand correctly. I could be misremembering this, but that could absolutely have been a catalyst for sort of changing how they want to go about things. I could absolutely see that. Hololive took the risk when they collaborated with LA Dodgers, which I wasn't into it. So, yeah, I mean, it's all very risky, right? Like, no one really knows how VTubing as a whole is seen in the US because, well, a lot of people in the US still think that we're just cartoon characters for children. And if you've heard VTubers, clearly that's not the case, but a lot of people think so. So a lot of people really, this was a very, very big risk for people. Meanwhile, Niji blaming the talents for everything. Yeah, exactly. See, that's why I'm saying that I think that, okay, Niji's blaming the talents, right? That's a very good point. So, if the talents are graduating from Hololive and they're all saying, you know, company disagreement or something, and the company is not saying, like, hey, you know, we actually really don't like, Gura or Mume. They actually cause a lot of problems, and, like, we haven't been able to say it, but, like, here's a big bullet point list of all the reasons that we don't like them. I think that saying company disagreement openly, and being allowed to say that openly, says a lot, and is probably a really good out for the talent themselves. Newbie says, I feel like VTubing has a very deep depth of potential that we've just barely scratched as of now. I'm happy VTubing has this opportunity to really spread as much as it has. Yeah, absolutely. I don't quite agree, but it's not something that can effectively be disputed here. Not that I would, because argument causes bad juju. That's fair. But I do think that, factually, VTubing is very new. And I do think that COVID, created a situation where they were able to be a lot more popular than it was before, right? Like the whole idea of if you started VTubing, in 2020, that you were, like, your popularity was a lot easier to grow back then. Very, very true. I started in 2021. I did not get to ride that wave at all. Back when creepypasta was popular, this creator got... I don't know what you're... What? I don't know what you mean, Talon. A whole company throwing an employee under the bus is such a public, large space like VTubing is so wild to me. Yeah, it's like you really don't know what you're doing. Honestly, the Niji thing could have done that too. For all the talents to now be saying, like, you know, company mismanagement, you know, Hololive could have looked at Niji and be like, oh my gosh, what is the 180-degree different way that we could do this? That wouldn't shock me either. I remember working as an x-ray technologist during COVID, doing all the chest x-rays, watching VTubers in the break room with my respirator on. Oh my gosh, that does not sound easy. Yeah, I know it was a typo, but I don't know what... Okay, so creepypasta narration, person got big, but soon the niche died down, but got so big that he got monetized, he needs to continue even if he doesn't like it anymore. Yeah, that is more so, like, needing to shift your content, but being stuck with a very specific audience. This is why you should never base all of your content on, like, one game or, like, one niche, right? That's why it was really hard for me, even though I'm, like, teeny tiny. This is why it was hard for me to figure out how to move from, like, all art, to art, gaming, just chatting. Like, obviously I didn't just drop art, but it caused me to have an extremely different audience, right? Like, the people watching me on IRIAM probably don't really care as much if I make art or not. So, that's more so adding on instead of shifting away. But it still had a few of those feelings attached to it. He was not, yeah, I can imagine. I remember that I played so much Animal Crossing New Horizons, about a year. I completed the fossil collection. Nice. That was Senpai with Rainbow Six? Yeah, exactly. VTubers helped me make a little escape in my downtime. That's really good. That's good. How am I enjoying more variety style content? I do really like it because I feel like I'm not tethered down to just being known for or only having one thing. Because I used to have a lot of fear, like, especially with the carpal thing, right? I was like, oh my gosh, if the carpal thing becomes more serious, I literally don't have anything else in my life. Like, that sounds really depressing, that sounds really sad, but it was kind of true. Like, if I wasn't drawing, I just straight up didn't have anything to my name. Because, like, drawing is kind of my life. So, when that carpal thing happened, that's sort of when it hit me, like, oh, I need to try to slowly start developing other, parts of myself. So, the just chatting, the gaming content, I think it's been really helpful mentally to be like, I can be more than just artist hiding behind canvas. I still think that I need to balance it a little bit better. I think now I'm not doing enough art, at least in the public space. But it's better than, like, 100 to 0 on one thing, right? So I think it's ultimately been a good thing, but I do sort of need to figure out a better balance. Carpal tunnel is kind of scary for artists, like, really scary. Yeah, diversifying is a very important aspect of all this. Yeah, exactly. It's interesting how back when I was a big fan, Talon is saying, of the creepypasta person, I'd watch his content, but I kind of got out of it, and later on, I kind of became friends with him now. Oh, okay, interesting. So, like, if he feels stuck, I think that he should slowly try adding more things that fit within what the audience might like, but is not exactly the same thing. And then, trying to sort of slowly water away the creepypasta stuff, right? Slowly. Like, if I decided this could not happen in my life, but if I decided that I just did not want to do art, if I only wanted to do just chatting and gaming, then I wouldn't just stop it cold turkey. I would slowly, like, phase it out, you know? But keep adding things that would appeal to both audiences. The people watching you on IRIAM don't have the option to watch you do art on IRIAM because the platform isn't for that. Yeah, I know, but, like, it's less so that the platform isn't for that, and more so the fact that I joined the platform. Right? Jockful, hello, welcome on the YouTube side. And hello, Kitty Angel, welcome in, hope you're doing well today. And Otaku Guy, hello, good to see you. I hope you're having a good Wednesday so far. Hope you guys have been having a good start to the week. And if you haven't noticed, we got really cute bunny wallpaper now. We've got super cute, fluffy Stargazer representation wallpaper. Otaku Guy, you can call me Starlight. But hello. Scuff IRIAM debut is just as iconic as Gura's. I don't really think so. I would not say it's very iconic at all. I think it's just more sad. I think it was just more sad than anything. Nah, it's alright. It's all good. And the most important part, eggs. We do have eggs. Yes, there are colorful eggs here. There's eggs, there's colorful bunnies, and there's also bunny butt. But look, we have all the colors represented. We have so many bunny colors. Josiah, hello again. And Media Ninja, hello. Floofy bunnies, yes. Very floofy bunnies. I'm happy. It's like the Stargazers have their own background now. It's beautiful. It makes me happy. Not necessarily that the Stargazers have anything to do with eggs, but, we got, like, a whole rainbow of bunnies. So, I think that's pretty cool. Happy early Easter to you too, Media Ninja. Thank you. I love Easter because I love the aesthetics of Easter. I love the bunnies, I love the colors, I love the pastels. I also do like chocolate. That is also helpful. Sierra says, I feel for you, Star. Since I got back into fanfic writing for a hobby, I'm slacking in making YouTube videos. Yeah, it's a really hard balance, right? Maybe we lay eggs and you just don't notice. Lillian! What? Yeah, Kitty Angel, happy Hump Day. There you go. Oh my gosh, Eve. Do I know what looks like an egg, Starlight, which is associated with stargazers? What looks like an egg? Thought we eat the eggs? What? Ah! That doesn't look like an egg! That's a cat! Oh my gosh. That's a Shirasu! That's a explodey Shirasu right there. It is round, you're right. That is round. Newbie Reaper, thank you for the Easter eggs. Oh my goodness gracious. You guys are slightly getting known for explosive, yes. Wasn't there some character that had exploding eggs in some media? I forget now. Jewel Throats, thank you for the Easter eggs. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, Jewel Throats. Thank you for all the eggs, I appreciate it. Happy early Easter. And Media Ninja, thank you for the party popper. Eggs. Many eggs. All the eggs. Talon, thank you for the Easter eggs. And Eve, thank you, thank you. There you go. Makes sense for Talon with the whole burb energy. Kitty Angel, thank you for the pink Easter egg. I thought stargazers were born from meteors? Not necessarily meteors. Kitty Angel, thank you for the lollipop, and Lillian, thank you for the Easter eggs. Eggs, all the eggs, many eggs. You guys are wild with the eggs. You guys don't come from eggs. No, 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 no. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Newbie Reaper. Yeah, so stargazers are evolved from wisps, basically, which... Kitty Angel, thank you for the off-guy sticker. No, not geodes. Not geodes, no. Shadow Milk, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I see that you're fairly new here, so hello, my name is Starlight. I'm a prismatic kitsune. I hope you're enjoying your day. No, okay, so stargazers basically are born from lost wisps, because you guys were basically lunar rabbits, right? Lunar rabbits in the Celestial, and then sort of became wisps, and then are basically reborn as stargazers. But in terms of the lunar rabbits, in terms of myself, in terms of other creatures, that is through fallen stars. Not so much meteor, not a meteor, but a fallen star. Geodes are cool. I like the purple grape flavored geode. You mean the amethyst? You're making a manga. That sounds cool. Wisps, so we come from ashes and dust? More so stardust. More so stardust. Basically born from the celestial phenomena, does it make us celestial bodies? You guys definitely do have a celestial aspects to you, for sure. Grape amethyst is my favorite flavor, oh my gosh. So confirmed, everyone killed the dinosaurs? No! Like I said, there's no meteors at play here. Surprise water check. Oh, Alistair, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. How's everything going? Thank you, I appreciate it. I needed that, I just had a bomb thrown in my face. I hope you're doing well, Alistair, it's good to see you. Star at least defeated 3 pterodactyls? Oh my gosh. Is that canon now? Been busy with life. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. I hope things are going well though, Alistair. It's good to see you. Stargazer celestial being? Therefore, that's why we throw bombs at you, because we're explosive as supernova. I mean, there is kind of a supernova element, just not with bombs. We didn't kill the dinosaurs, we just helped kickstart the Ice Age. Oh my gosh. Next kaiju movie, Pterodactyls versus Thunderbird. Oh my gosh. Thank you for taking care of yourself. Proud of you. Thank you, Alistair. I hope you're taking care of yourself too. I hope things are going well. How are my kind born? Well, like I was saying before, right? For me, it's a fallen star. And for stargazers, it's also fallen stars in the beginning, but now they've basically, a lot of them are sort of lost wisps. And then when we can find each other, I'm able to turn them back into sort of a enhanced true form that sort of symbolizes more so their own dreams and desires. No, I did not lay the- What the heck, Lillian? How did you end up coming to this conclusion? Three pterodactyls, we maybe did not probably have not antagonized ourselves. You know, you guys are wild. Also, yes, thank you, Sea Hero. If you have not yet, definitely consider, subscribing on YouTube, following on Twitch. If you do go to my YouTube, which you can get to from my IRIAM profile, if you go to the About section, there is also a Discord, and my Discord can be seen as a little bit strict. I am a little bit stricter on the rules. It is a safe for work Discord, but it's a great way to know next time I go live, or if you want to see any of the art that I make. I try to get better at posting my art in there. I'm getting the raid and approaching Lillian's location quickly. There was the most wild warning sign in the park one day regarding Easter eggs. Oh dear. I'll jump to whatever conclusion makes you the most uncomfortable within a reasonable limit. Look, I might have wings, but I don't lay eggs. Rabbits do not lay eggs. Please collect all Easter eggs before they hatch and you find out what laid them. Oh my gosh, that's a great park sign. I love that. Birth from a crystal that falls to Earth? No, not so much birth from a crystal, more so protected by a crystal. That sign was wild, I loved it. That is amazing. I love that kind of sense of humor. Thank you, Media Ninja. No, more so like falling from the celestial to the mortal. There were sort of crystals involved there, but no, not hatched from a crystal. That's great though, Newbie Reaper. That's wonderful. You're very sweet, Dual Thrones. If we don't come from eggs, what is the hatchery filled with eggs for? The what? Easter got really serious suddenly. What hatchery? Is there something I should know about? Will it come from storks? I don't know, you're the bird. I just have the wings of a bird. Don't tell her about the hatchery? What? What hatchery? Stargazers have way too many secrets. If you're a VTuber, you can check out Starlight's Ko-fi Regen. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Zero. Yes, if you are a VTuber yourself, I do sell Easter assets. I have a lot of Easter-themed PNG props. There's actually a lot to choose from. I have a lot of different listings for them. But yeah, on my VGen or on my Ko-fi, you know, same name as here. You can see that I have lots and lots of Easter stuff. Don't know what hatchery you mean. We are full of secrets. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I know of Altaloon. Why do you ask? No one will know my secret Amelie shrine. Not if you just say it out loud. My head just went completely blank and I don't know why. I was literally trying to think of, like, how to respond to things, and now my head just went to a complete blank. Everyone knows about the Amelie Shrine. Very true, very true. Storks just like babies in Yoshi's Island. Then little starlights? Huh? Multiple? Landing on the island, that's where we got the game Starlight. What are you talking about, Talon? Well, I'm glad to hear that, Media Ninja. That's very kind of you. The bunny burrows are pathways to many secrets some consider to be unnatural. Eh? I don't know what this means. Including, oh, Amelinos too? Dang. You got the attention of your Oshi for being a mega fan. There you go. Talon is saying that because of the Yoshi picture? It's Yoshi's story? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's very random. Got done with their album a while back? Okay, cool, cool, cool. I wonder what she thinks of, oh, who am I kidding? She probably thinks it's hysterical. What? Huh? I've been thinking maybe I should hire someone to watch my VOD and do VOD scrubbing for content I can use. I don't really think you need anyone to do VOD scrubbing. I think that's definitely something you can do on your own. Why are you bonking me? Why the bonks? The things I want to say on multiple conversation points right now. Yeah, I'm like very, very confused on a lot of different subjects that are all going in many different directions. A response to the Amelie bit? Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Things are like getting all out of order. Things are getting out of order. It's hard for me to keep up. I apologize. Oh, yeah. Stargazers are wild. I love how you both just mentioned chaos at the exact same time. What the heck? I don't know if that was the exact same time, but it appeared the exact same time for me. Stargazer work is nearly complete. Oh my gosh, you guys. You can't go one stream without, like, making me question my life. Oh, goodness. No, I've already dealt with that today. Oh, yeah. No, I was trying to think of, like, I had something to say, and now I completely lost what it was entirely. We chant chaos every day at 10 PM EST inside the burrows. What? I'm so confused. There's so many different types of conversations going on right now. I'm having a hard time keeping up. Sure. Blah. I'm totally blanking. I had things to say, and now I'm totally blanking. What can I say about the art commission started yesterday? I don't know. What words? Hang on. Through the Crystal Gate. That's a cool name. I like that. I technically have a Crystal Gate, too. It's more so a shrine gate, but it is also crystal, so I guess that fits. What can I say about the commission started yesterday? I think we got, like, to a pretty good place on it. I know that it wasn't, like... I know we sort of, like, split it between doing the commission work and also talking about past commission work, but that was a lot of fun. In terms of the, in terms of the work direction, I was able to fix Zero's face, so it actually looks really nice now. And, Marin, Kitagawa is going to have some different keychains on her bag that are going to be representing other VTubers, so I think that that's going to be a really nice tribute. And I'm sort of working on, like, laying things out to make everything fit nicely. Was my face weird before? It wasn't, like, figured out or well planned. So I went back in and I showed you the revised version, and I think it looks a lot nicer now. Because when I was just trying to get, like, the rough in, I wasn't quite hitting the angle correctly. But I think I got it. There's a Crystal Torii Gate? There is a Crystal Torii Gate, yes. Exactly. There is a Crystal Torii Gate that, that leads to the Atelier. So basically, just to, like, paint a picture, you know, if you guys don't know, we've got, like, the forest, right? And then the forest is centered with basically, like, a giant mountain. On the very tip of the mountain is where we have the Atelier. And then the entrance to the Atelier is welcomed with a Crystal Torii Gate. So we are basically constantly at a very high altitude, which is probably why the burrows are as big as they are now that I think about it. A fossilized bone from Peru. Interesting. High as Mount Olympus? Probably not as high as Mount Olympus. There actually are higher mountains in Lucinari, but we have a nice mountain to ourselves. It explains why we're all loopy from oxygen deprivation. It's not that high. It's not that high, but it has a really nice view. It has a very nice view of things. There are higher, taller mountains in the northern regions, but yeah. Punch Mount Olympus? Why? What? No, it's not as high as Mount Olympus. It can't reach the Celestial. It can't reach the gods. But it does give us very nice sunsets. We need to make it higher or lower the other mountains? Why? Why do we need to do that? Do you think we would work together to make Burrow to undermine the mountain? What is it with your obsession and destroying things with undermining? Maybe that's why I see rainbows every day here. Might be tripping. No. No. It's a good environment for rainbows. You know, it has like a fairly dense atmosphere. And we also do have the fountains, which probably help. Punch Olympus because we have to go to the gods? No, guys, you can't go back. You can't go back to the Celestial. I can now imagine bunny stargazers pouring out of the mountain like angry ants to rush and undermine a different mountain. No. In my defense, Starlight, I'm like this independent of the ambient oxygen levels. Jeez. I think we discussed that this was a not good idea, Talon. But I know other people would encourage you, so hey, you know? At that point, I can't stop you. Fortunately, we're not Mount Olympus, or Kratos would be, beating the living stuffing out of us. Blank with a C, hello, welcome in, hope you're doing well. It's Ace of Spades all over again? What's Ace of Spades? You know why you can't go back? What? Zeus, I come for you. I don't know why, but I heard that in Doctor Strange's voice. I'm not sure why. I just like I read that in all caps, and I heard Dormammu have come to bargain. I don't know why. Zeus, I've come to bargain, exactly. Yay, hello, welcome in. How are you doing today? Nice to see you, hello. My name is Starlight, I'm a prismatic kitsune. It's nice to meet you. Heard that in James Woods' Hades voice. Rain says it was a free-to-play multiplayer World War I game where you could dig your own trenches. Oh dear. Everyone just burrowed under the hills and mountains. Don't give the Stargazers ideas, Rain, please. No, there's no undermining these mountains. We already did that. We start pelting the Iriam wall with Zeus's lightning bolts instead of bombs. Oh my gosh. Way ahead of you on the burrowing. My goodness gracious. No, there's not gonna be, no landslides, no destroying mountains, please? Everywhere our burrow reaches our claim to the lands we conquer. No! No, dual thrones, no burrowing mountains, no. Currently working on the first underground city built above ground? What? Other than current art commission, I'm also in a waitlist for a small but cute fan art for female PNG. Nice, nice, nice. Talking about gods, now they want them to take them over. Good to know it's safe for work. Yeah, no burrowing the mountains, please. Because of Kratos, star of the last of her kind, a goddess. I do not work with the Olympian gods. I do not work with the Olympian gods. Are we becoming God of War now? Stargazer God of War, I take it. God's in his heaven because he's scared of our superior firepower. Is that a Spy Kids 2 reference, Lillian? I swear. No, it's from a I don't want to know. 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 Oy, ay, ay. Okay, Vessel's right. I do say that all the time, don't I? Oh. I told you. Okay. Okay, fine. Fair. Can you blame me? Can you blame me in these situations? Are you reading the things that they're writing? Are you seeing these things? Are you seeing what they're saying? Can you blame me? You saying I is like that robot from Power Rangers? I don't know anything about Power Rangers. Mindfox, thank you for the 10k stars. I appreciate it. Oh, that is what you were referencing in the beginning, wasn't it? Why does everyone know what that is? I swear, it's older than that. It's not from that. That's just a thing people say. It's not a robot Power Rangers thing. Why does everyone think it's a robot Power Rangers thing? Haven't you ever heard anyone else say that before? Like, that's not limited to Power Rangers. It's also something people say in Mexico. I'm not Mexican, though. I don't want to know. Starlight every 5 minutes or so. Basically, at this point, yeah. No, it's... I'm the only... What do you guys mean? You're telling me you've never heard anybody else say that except for me and a robot in Power Rangers? That can't be right. That can't be right. Everyone stole it from Power Rangers, including Mexico. How have you guys not heard anyone else say this? It's not... I don't watch Power Rangers. Your grandmother used to say, "I Chihuahua." Oh my gosh. Starlight for 2025? For 2025 what? If you don't want to know, stop asking, what is this? I'm not asking... What? For President of Mexico? No. Vine Fox over here with, like, the Michael Jackson meme. Oh. What? I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask. I'm more shocked about the robot thing. Why do you guys all know about this robot And why am I the only person that you've ever heard say this thing? And... It's almost as if we all grew up in the 90s or something, but I didn't get it from Power Rangers. For 2025, what? I don't think I'm trying to think if anyone else in my life has ever said it. I don't think I picked it up from anybody else. At least, not that I know of. We all know about this robot because teenagers with attitude? What? Starlight for 1990? What? I don't want that pressure. Weren't we just talking about why VTubers don't want to be under huge amounts of pressure? I feel like that's not a good pressure to be under. Okay, Soda, hello, welcome in, I hope you're doing well today. Ow, stop! It's not candy. Wait. Starlight for 1000 BC. Aww. With sparkly, oh my god. Starlight for 40k. That sounds terrifying. That sounds absolutely no thank you. That sounds like absolutely no thank you. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Now I'm gonna catch myself saying it all the time. What? I can't keep up with you guys anymore. Yes for what? What? I don't know what fantasy is in this context. Now you curse the same way. You curse me with tangents, and Kaku cursed me with Schwim. Are we even then? Are we even? Oh. If it's 40k, we're going chaos. There's no way with us being how we are. Never even? Oh my gosh. Starlight for Crustaceous period? What? Why? Why Crustaceous period? Why can't we be even? We all have our own thing now, right? That should make us even. I think that would be even. I can see it, but she might get eaten. No, apparently I can beat up 3 pterodactyls. We're too odd to be even. You're not wrong there. Crustacean period, crab and shrimp world. I'm cotton candy coated. I guess, like, my hair fits the standard look of that, but more so crystal than cotton candy. Everything must evolve to crab. No, Lillian, stop. I guess that there is a rainbow shrimp, though. They crave the rainbow. That's the Cambrian period, and yes, we should have Starlight for that. Not the crab people who don't speak of them. My goodness! Now we've got the magical girls in here. Madoka, how's everything going? Welcome in, welcome in. We need to have Starlight for the Cambrian period. Why? Vessa, that's the most random thing you've ever written on IRIAM ever. It has to be referencing something, right? To not expect Jurassic lore. I am doing well, Madoka. How are you doing? Jerry Cobb, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're doing well. We've always had a magical girl in stream. I do not fit the... Well... I don't think I fit the magical girl definition. That's when there's no land animals or plants or just fish swimming in the water. I'm sure Vessa approves. Bloody Mary summoning but crab people? What? Why? I disagree? I don't think I fit the definition. You're literally a magical cat girl made out of rainbow magic crystals who can talk? I am not a cat! Megalodon is just Gura's grumpy uncle. Oh my gosh. You have a suspicious talking animal mascot, cast spells, fight evil, and make friends. But I don't... But I'm not just like... Don't you have to be an average schoolgirl to be a magical girl? Don't... No? I'm pretty sure you do. I'm... Sometimes, not all the time? Well, okay. Madoka Kaname, Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, Tokyo Mew Mew. Don't you have to be, like, a regular schoolgirl? That's the past stereotype, we're modern now? Wait, how's that prejudice? Used to be a schoolgirl in art school? I mean, I was still in art school as a fox. It seems you're the one that turns normal girls into magical girls? Eh? Huh? Is that a reference to wish granting? Oh. Huh. I don't know now. Yes, I was a student in Celestial Realm, but as a... I'm so confused now. Then she became a chibi animal for plot and merch purposes. I'm like Vine Fox eating popcorn, but for me, I ate a donut now. You do seem to like donuts a lot. Yeah, I'm extremely confused now. I can't... I don't know where I fit. I feel like I just break... I feel like I follow every trope and break every trope at the same time now. And I don't really know how that works. And now I'm all confused. 'Cause, yeah, I do grant wishes, and I do help people gain their true forms, but I never thought of it as creating magical girls. I've never considered it in that way. Huh. There's a character type that follows and breaks the tropes simultaneously? What? What? That's what they do? Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean that's what they do? Also, hello, Nanashi. I think I welcomed you in, but I can't remember now. I don't think I'm a dark magical girl. Pre-fall? What? What do you mean pre-fall? No, I'm genuinely, like, I didn't ever consider wish granting to be, like, creating magical girls. I just saw it as, like, helping people achieve their dreams and desires, but There's a subtype? There's a subtype of wish-granting magical girl? I've never heard of this. Can you give me an example? It'd be more reasonable if you turn everyone into magical bunnies. That's more fitting. What? Starlight Martin, Dark Magician Girl? This is the prologue of the story. She's going to suffer a horrible tragedy, and then the story will begin. I think I've already done that. I've already gone through this. Yeah, I've already had my Mommy, what is that? Is that like holy mommy? What is the... Oh, it's not related to Madoka. Oh, wait, isn't this one considered like the first magical girl? Isn't she considered the first magical girl that... I might have to look more into that. Kato becomes an adult when she transforms. Interesting concept. No, Sea Hero. M-A-M-I. It's a character in Madoka Magica. Wants to make people happy, she grants wishes. Okay, interesting. Yeah, no, that's why I heavily emphasize the A. She gets hit by- oh, is that like the- oh man. Wait, so... I'm gonna have to look more into this. Is this like where all the tropes came from, basically? I'm so thrown off by the... Nobody accepted her... Huh. If we're gonna dig down this rabbit hole and start as a magical girl, does that make us... What? What does that make us? I was just helping a bunch of lunar rabbits. I don't know anymore. How long do you keep the wallpaper, by the way? I want to say around 6 months, hopefully? She's the OG wish-granting magical girl. I'm going to have to look more into this. I'm going to have to look more into this. It makes us the victim of the week. What? Hello, Frank. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Or the monsters? I mean, like, there's Kyuubi aesthetics to stargazers, but you guys aren't Kyuubi. I don't know. I really just wanted to help the lunar bunnies not be, like, wandering wisps and finding a purpose in life. I wasn't... I thought I was the Kyuubi. I mean... It was a whole thing. They had live concerts. She had her own merch and concerts. I'm definitely gonna check this out, K-Soda. I'm gonna, like, look more into who this character is. We're the critters you fight before the big enemies show up 4 or 5 episodes in. I don't fight you guys. Like, you guys are another story, but I don't fight you guys. You guys are part of, like, there's a community that we have. You guys are with me. Rumor of an earthquake when the show was dropped. That's crazy. You're literally fighting us right now. I don't fight you guys in the traditional sense, though. There's no good versus evil here. You guys... Madoka, thank you for the heart. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. No, you guys are like, you chill in my atelier. You hang out with me. You, like, we're not fighting constantly. Lies, 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 fabrication, and debased vulpine propaganda? What propaganda? Could be fun practice sparring and all that. Yeah, there you go. I wanted to test the egg? Well, thank you for the egg. I appreciate it. You just like to bicker with the bunnies? I don't try to. Goku and Trunks? What? I don't know enough about Dragon Ball. But no, I don't, there's no, like, fighting Stargazers arc. Is there a big bad in the Starlight verse? Was. She doesn't try to, it just happens because we're all awful people. You guys aren't awful, you're just silly. There is the Thunderbird, but I wouldn't say the Thunderbird is the big bad. Thunderbird is just frustrating. Thunderbird is just a little bit of a nuisance. There's a lot of, okay, there's no real, like, big bad in Illusionary. There's just a lot of creatures that we don't see eye to eye with. Is it Kaku? It's not Kaku. It's not Kaku. Do we fight the Thunderbird like it's a Dragon Ball Z arc? No, there's no fighting the Thunderbird. This is not like Mystery Dungeon where you have to fight Zapdos and take a kidnapped Pokemon. Why do we accuse Kaku as big bad? Because Kaku is technically... If Kaku and I didn't have a truce, Kaku would probably be, in some ways, on all technical levels, big bad, because Kaku's species is literally a Star Eater. But I have truce with Kaku. What? You guys, you're not fighting... We're building lightning rods to harness Thunderbird's energy for... What? Kaku's Pac-Man. Kaku's basically Pac-Man. Kaku is like Pac-Man and Kirby. We like Kaku. We like Kaku. She does have a scary title, but we have truce with Kaku. We don't have to worry. Jordan Goku, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Also, because there's a lot of Stargazers here, just letting you know that we have a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel. So if you ever want to follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube, I do stream on there as well. And if you haven't yet joined the Discord, it is a safe for work Discord. And you can get to it easiest by going to the YouTube channel and then the About page. It is a little bit stricter than most. I don't have a memes channel. It is a safer work. I don't have, like, bad language, but it's a great way to hang out with other Stargazers and get to know next time I'm streaming live. So yeah, a little bit of a shout out. Consider joining the Stargazers, consider following on Twitch or subscribing on YouTube. I'd love to see you in other streams too. And I'm doing well, Jordan Goku. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Turn Thunderbird into livestock? Keep it captive? Use lightning rods to harvest? No! No. I like how Starlight is so used to the brave nonsense I spout, she just shrugs it off now. It's certainly a concept. The only memes are Starlight GIF made by Vessa and the Anya inspection she made that I got here. Yeah, that is weirdly accurate. I don't know why that is as accurate as it is. Yeah, I do have, like, okay, there's no, like, general memes channel, but I have, like, a clips and memes channel for myself as a VTuber. The reason that I don't have a memes channel in my Discord is because the vast majority of the time, people put in memes that are not so nice. And it's hard to, like, it's hard to filter out different types of memes because people's ideas of what's not so nice varies from person to person. So I generally just don't have memes. I have an images channel, so it can be things like cute animal or funny game or funny anime thing. But yeah, comedy's too subjective. Exactly. Comedy's too subjective. So images channel is for things like you know, silly animal meme is fine. Or cool book or something that, you know, I got new art supplies or something like that. But yeah. Or if you want to, like, share, well, we actually have an entire separate channel for sharing cool artwork. Because I do have, a fairly art-focused niche. So I can't do any of that on IRIAM, but on Discord there are lots of places that if you make art that you can post art and stuff like that. Or talk about content, technique, all that kind of thing. Not to mention there are also the mature memes, which do not fit in the safe work server. Yeah, exactly. So as a result, I just kind of end up, like, not having a memes channel. And people generally know how to utilize the images channel for, like, a meme-like direction that doesn't go stupid. So I feel like that's kind of a good compromise. But yeah. I had to step away. What was the verdict? The verdict of what? What verdict are you referring to? You can do memes that have to do with art. Exactly, yeah. Explain the cat bug emoji? What about the cat bug emoji? Or bug cat? It's bug cat. I know it's confusing, but cat bug is the one with the cat with the ladybug look, and bug cat is the other one. Magical Girl Star or just Magical Kitsune? I don't know. I'm very confused now. Because I feel like I don't fit a lot of the tropes, and at the same time people are saying I do. So I really don't know now. I don't really consider myself a magical girl in the traditional sense, because I don't really feel like a fox can be a magical girl. I think magical girl is, like, human girl who has magic powers, and I'm a fox, so I don't really know if that works. And this is not Tokyo Mew Mew either. What is my favorite magical girl design? Probably Ultimate Madoka. A little bit biased, but I think her design is the nicest. Does that count as a magical girl design? Maybe it doesn't. If that doesn't count, then I would probably say, Kyoko's design. Or Kyoko's design. You do and don't at the same time. Guys can be magical. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if Godoka doesn't count, then I would probably say, Kyoko. Or Sayaka has a really nice design, too. Sayaka and Kyoko, I think, I have really nice designs. Server bugcat meme can be traced back to me and Neo, I think. Probably. I don't understand the wish granter thing. I've heard that there's, like, an anime that has a wish granter that I'm looking at now, but, like, are there others? 3 out of 4 of the main characters gotcha. No, there's 5. There's, well, okay, it depends on if you count, like, I don't know. I think that, the Madoka Magica team did an amazing job with those designs. Have I seen Precure? I have not seen Precure, no. I've heard of I actually have an art book for Precure, even though I haven't seen it. Because it's just a good art book for animation drawing. There's an anime where some dude becomes a magical girl, and the transformation was a foul-mouthed chainsaw. Yikes. Interesting. I feel like I've probably seen screenshots. They're not. I'm just gonna pass by that comment. That was clever, but oh my gosh. I give you points for being clever. Just drive on by it in the star car. Oh. Guys. Do you collect the Crystal Beast cards? I actually do. I do have a lot of the Crystal Beast cards. The only one that I don't have is the Rainbow Serpent one, because I am disappointed with how it was designed. And it's also the main one, so it's, like, the harder to find one. Yeah, the Rainbow Dragon one. I don't like it, because I think it's kind of an insult to the concept of a rainbow creature. I don't think it fits the bill. So, yeah. I do have a lot of the Crystal Beast cards. But I am very disappointed with Rainbow Dragon, if I'm being honest. I mean, okay, I want to see, has my opinion changed? I don't think it's changed. Let me look at it again. Rainbow Dragon. Was I too harsh on it, or... No, I wasn't too harsh on it. That's not a Rainbow Dragon! I don't think it fits. Do you like to express your love for a retro game by playing them, holding on to creating later? Alright, sounds good. Yeah, no, Rainbow Dragon is not, like... I do like the Crystal Beast. Rainbow Dragon disappoints me, because Rainbow Dragon does not fit its namesake whatsoever. It makes me sad. It's like, you had so much potential, there was so much you could have worked with. It's just like, it's 90% white and gold. And then there's just like a few little colored crystals on it, and that's it. I do not have the Advanced Crystal Beast, no. Need more rainbow with the dragon, right? Exactly, I need more rainbow with my dragon, please. Because it just doesn't fit its namesake. And this is coming from somebody who was told in the past that they didn't feel like they were rainbow enough. My ears did not used to express enough of the rainbow, and there were people saying, oh, I didn't even realize that you had a rainbow motif. So, as somebody who's gone through that, I think that this dragon could do better. We need to get spray paint for it. Yeah, let's spray paint the dragon. Spray paint the scales. It's sad, because they actually do, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually does have some really, really, really nice rainbow cards. The Weather Girl? What is that one? The Rainbow Weather one? That's a really nice one. What is that actually called? Yeah, the Weather Painter. That is a really, really, really pretty card. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Does know how to do rainbows, but that dragon was a miss. There are rainbow dragons in Mexican folklore, yes. Quetzalcoatl, but in this case, this was just like a basic serpent. With feathered wings. That were also not rainbow. Yeah, the Weather Painter card is really pretty, though. I would like to get one of the Weather Painter cards at one point. They're pretty cheap, thankfully. I'm scared to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. I've seen someone do 20-something moves in one turn. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Seems kind of insane, even from the beginning. I only have collected Yu-Gi-Oh! For the card art, because they tend to go in a more, like, directly anime style, so it was very inspiring to have some of the card art, and I also like a lot of the directions of the beasts, of the designs. Like, there's a lot of Aurora-themed cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Too. There's a lot of rainbow-themed cards. It's actually really, really nice. But, yeah, I could never play the game. I just have it for the art. Yu-Gi-Oh's a power creep game? I can see that. It looked like what tinfoil tastes like. Are you referring to the dragon? Gleamy Koala, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Oh, there's more weather cards that I didn't know existed. That's really cool. I actually really like this weather painter set. Huh. I'm gonna have to look more into the weather painters. I actually really like that set. That would be very, very, very fitting. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. Hopefully, like, I don't think any of these are super... No, they're all pretty cheap. Yeah. Maybe, like, $4 at most. That's not bad at all. Most of them are $1. $1 is good. I mean, watching my friend play Monster Duel on the Xbox with all the effects going off, it looked like what tinfoil tastes like when you bite down on it. Oh my gosh. I'm fortunate there's someone who reads and points out the mistakes I made in the duels in the Yu-Gi-Oh fanfic. That's good, because I know a lot of people care about, like, accuracy and stuff, so I'm glad that you have that. That's nice. I need to look more at the weather painter ones. I need to look more at the fairy tale ones that Sierra sent. Still have to watch that video at some point. But yeah, I think... Ugh. I think we're probably gonna call it there today. We went a little bit longer than we normally do. But, also Dark, hello, hello, welcome in. I'm just wrapping up here, but I appreciate you stopping in to say hello. I think that we're basically going to end there. Again, if you have not joined the Discord, subscribed on YouTube, followed on Twitch, definitely consider doing so. Like I said, I have a safer work server, and it is a little bit stricter than most, but it is still a good time. The community is very kind. There's still a lot of fun to be had in there. Easiest way to get to the Discord is to go to the YouTube channel and then the About section, and you can get to the YouTube channel from my IRIAM profile. So after I end stream, you can go to the IRIAM profile, through the YouTube side, and then see the link to the Discord. I know it's a little bit of a runaround, it's the best way I can do things, but yeah. I won't be streaming on Thursday, but I will be back on IRIAM Friday, and then Saturday we will be playing a bunny game on the Twitch and YouTube side, so definitely join on there so that you don't miss anything on that end either. And I wish you all the best, Stargazers. As crazy as you all are, I still have a lot of fun being here, so... Thank you so much again, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world or the worlds beyond. Alright, thank you so much, Stargazers, and all the best.